Hello, 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 and welcome to this final boss fight live stream of D&D. My name is John, and it's going to take me so long to get through the list of people I'm joined by tonight. Shan.
Hello.
And Sean.
I'll do.
There we go.
And annoyingly, it's the two people who have a very similar name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to say the name improperly, you could probably just blur them together and it'd be fine.
Shan.
And don't forget, Sean, we're also joined by Sean.
We're back for more of the Shattered Obelisk, or the little bit of pre-adventure before the Shattered Obelisk, as we find out what the Golden Tooth got up to before they go and deal with the threat of the
Something or other.
previously mentioned Shattered Obelisk.
It's just a
Yes.
really tired obelisk. Oh, God, I'm shattered. Oh.
Previously,
It's been...
previously you dealt with a fearsome beach rest day.
Yeah, we nearly died.
You made it back to your castle, and you rested there for a few weeks before deciding it had been a while and you wanted to make the trips to see your various parents. Pyralis brought the idea up to the group, and it was decided that you would all travel to each other's parents and sort of make a big tour of it, starting by travelling the furthest to Malzerays, heading back to Tribor to visit Pyralis' parents and siblings, before heading to Neverwinter to see Caldorax's parents in their newly acquired abode, before bringing it back down to Fandalen to make it back to the castle which you call home.
Just in time for tea.
And so last time, you had travelled up to Malzeray's parents. Caldorax spent a lot of time trying to keep out of their way, as some bad blood resides there. While Hal and Pyralis were left with Malzeray's mother, Malzeray went for a walk with his father, where he dropped in on Caldorax without notifying him or his father who they were going to see. His father, supportive as he was, threatened Caldorax to ensure the happiness and safety of his son. And while out on this trip, and as Caldorax recovered from it, Hal spilt the beans as to who Malzeray was going to visit to his mother, who took the news poorly. After attempting to leave the house and rearrange Caldorax violently with a frying pan, Hal and Pyralis convinced her to stay at the house, where she let her frustration out on a wayward chair before baking a lot of bread, which is very good for getting your aggressions out. And as the evening started to draw, well, as the day drew on, Pyralis and Hal left was it Luskan? No, it's not Luskan. That's too far north.
Who joined and then run away?
I was
That was Amy.
Was that Amy?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh. I wonder if it'll be Amy again.
There's Amy!
I'm sorry, that was my B. I forgot to plug my microphone.
It's useful to plug the microphone in.
As I've learned now.
Now we know. Now we know.
Hal and Pyralis started to make their way to Tribal to meet with Pyralis' parents, and Mal and Cal were going to catch up shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
And if I just put the Mal's array in this, there we go. Everybody's on the screen now.
Yeah.
Nice!
After a few days of travel from Pendragon Nomad says hi.
Aha!
Hi.
I'm joining the foundry now. Sorry.
It's okay, I only just did it.
You take a couple of days to travel down to Tribal. Is there anything you wish to do on the relatively peaceful road as you do so?
I don't think so. I think they would just be chatting about stuff that we've done, chatting about I'm sure Hal's still chatting about the whirlpool.
I think Hal's
On the
chatting
beach
about the
day.
whirlpool and the squirrel and
Yeah.
I love the idea just like, and they went round and round and round.
It's just a montage of him saying round and round, and you're like going across mountains and over like falling streams and fighting off a bear.
It's that epic walking montage from the start of the Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
And it's just how around and around and around.
I hate that montage. I won't get into it. Continue.
And yeah, chatting about what they're doing next. Like, if there's. Do we know about other mission that's coming up?
You don't at the moment.
Okay, so yeah, just like, you know, what they might be planning to do, where they might.
You
wanna
know
go
that
and
in all
visit.
likelihood the peaceful between times isn't going to last because it never does. But
Yeah.
exactly what it's going to be that breaks that tension, you don't know what that is just yet.
Yeah, so we'll just be chatting about that sort of stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. Maybe doing a few crafting bits en route, but nothing too fancy.
As you make your way back to Tribor, the leaves on the trees are starting to take on their colourful hues. The surrounding farmlands that line the road are thick with the harvest to be harvested. It's getting to that time of year where the harvest is being done, the leaves are turning colours, the wind is starting to have an edge to it.
Yeah.
The summer
Chill
is
skies,
turning.
everything. Pi would probably also then be explaining some of the crops that they're walking past and like when they get taken in and things like that, because she'd know from when she was younger. Some of that old farm process.
Late in the day, as you arrive into Tribor, the tavern, the fire outside it is alight and blowing in the breeze.
They're burning a witch on it.
The tavern, the windswept flame tavern, is busy. There is a lot of noise, music being played within, laughter, and general sounds of a busy tavern. And as you head inside, you can see Pyralis, both of your brothers, Finn and Vance, helping out your father, a wide smile on his mouth behind the tavern bar, polishing a glass and chatting with a group of clearly regulars to the place. And the first person to notice your arrival is your mother, Sena, who has a very bright smile as she sees you walk into the room. And she comes over and...
We'll go straight up for a hug.
She comes straight over and returns said hug. And ushers you and the rest of the Golden Tooth.
It's just me and Hal at this point, isn't it? Currently?
I think that at this point we'll say that everybody's arrived at vaguely the same time, that Mal and Cal were able to catch up on the trip.
Okay.
If
just
that's
running after you, just
we went slowly, they went...
That you went
quicker.
slowly for a few days, they went quicker for a few days, and you managed to catch up on the way. Good evening, Madame Bug.
What?
Sena ushers you over to a corner table. Oh, and I'm going to apparently interrupt the description again to just say that Jeff has resubbed for 74 months in a row, and
What a nerd.
it was enough to apparently bring down the Foundry. 1 second, let me restart.
Who is this bard known as Jeff?
I love the fact that the command, like the sight line is blah 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 slash no.
No. Sena ushers you over to a table that's in the corner and slightly away from the crowd. One of the more private tables that is in the tavern.
Pi, en route to that table, will have run around and hugged any of the family that she can see.
Vance and Finn are both very visible within the bar.
Which family members are these?
Those are Pyralis' brothers.
Of course they're visible. They're 7 foot tall and muscular.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Their muscles glistening. You don't know what with, but they're glistening regardless.
And Nimia, the eldest of your younger sisters, comes over to the table and sits with you and the Golden Tooth. And she has a wide beaming smile, and
Pi will just turn to her and be like, and what are you grinning about?
Have you heard the news?
News?
Yeah. Finn has news. It's Finn's news.
Oh. will will glance at Mum to be like, what?
Say what?
Sena looks equally smiley as her middle daughter. Yeah, when she gestures over to Finn, and eventually, a few minutes pass. Finn comes over and tucks himself into the table space with you.
We all have to scrunch up really far to fit his immense size.
So I hear you have news.
I'm gonna wait to see if Sean says anything.
I don't know what he's gonna say.
Yeah, I guess it's time to let you in on the news.
I'm pregante.
Kataya said yes. We're gonna
Well,
get married.
congratulations. Congratulations indeed. Where is she?
She's around somewhere. And
Smash cut to her outside, breaking logs in half with her bare hands. I am Kataya! Finn's wife!
I did specifically pick a name that Sean could Russian very well.
Sean, do you want to just describe Kataya to us as you look round the tavern and you see Kataya in here? What is she doing? Is she assisting? Is she...
Yeah, she hang out. She's probably in a group of people, like family, friends, and things that are maybe also hearing the news at a similar sort of time. You know, some of like the regulars and people that maybe come in once or twice a week are just being informed because they've tried to keep it a secret for as long as possible. She sort of would be working in like bringing in crops and things. It's fairly standard for most people in the town to help out with that.
Okay.
But also we're gonna go with she's one of the town bakers.
Okay.
So the families have had ties since it's been a tavern, basically since there's been food in there. And a bit of brewing and things. Yeah.
Sena brings a round of drinks over and explains that they are on the house for the celebration. And instructs you, Pyralis, to ensure that Finn sits for a minute and actually enjoys the drink rather than trying to rush off and
Yes, I will.
Deflect the celebration.
Plenty of questions. She will just turn straight back to her brother and be like, so have you booked a date in yet?
I think Kataya wants something soon. Before the end of the harvest.
I'm so tempted to do something right now as Calyrex. Fuck it. Why not now?
What?
I mean, I can perform a ceremony.
I should ask, are you going to be here a few days? Because maybe not tonight.
Yes,
Oh,
I think
okay.
to extend.
Maybe give us a few days to prepare. Oh,
By all means, obviously, I'm just suggesting it's like, well, even if you don't want to right now,
you're a traveling cleric?
I am.
You travel with my sister, so you must be good.
Indeed.
He's good, right? I don't have
Yeah,
to...
he is indeed.
I am indeed.
I will, I'll have a word with Kataya and Mother and make sure that it's okay with them, but yes, maybe sooner is better.
I'm here at your disposal whenever you require.
I looks over at Calderax and it's just like, huh, okay. Just that look of like, she wasn't expecting it from you at all, but also she's fine with it.
So is
There
there...
will be much to prepare if that's the case.
I mean, I have a suit. What else do I need to prepare?
I mean, the space, potentially some flowers. You've got to set up potentially invitations, you know, that sort of stuff. Also, if she's got to get a dress, I assume she just doesn't have a wedding dress lying around.
It doesn't seem likely, does it? Nimia's grin is like, it's threatening to, like, break the top of her head at this point. Me and Tazia can help with flowers. And we could prepare a space. Oh, we're gonna have to find a space. We could prepare a space, and we could make it look really pretty for Finn.
Malzeray.
Aye.
Did we lose Shan?
I was gonna say.
Shan's internet's being very skew-whiff about being connected.
I thought I was still back at home.
For God's...
All right. Can we just pretend for the sake of it, saying Malzeray summoned me?
Testing.
No, she did.
Of course.
Can you guys hear me?
Now
Yes.
I can.
No, just then we did.
Okay. Hopefully this stays up. How do you feel about making dresses?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
If I can measure the person, then I suppose.
Okay. We might have a dress sorted as well then. I'm sure we could get fabric together pretty quickly.
Yeah? If you give me details, because I don't want to mess it up.
Well, yes. Yeah.
It's a
And I'm sure
wedding
Mum could
dress.
give you a hand. So how about it?
I'm sorry, you have a mum?
Yes. And a dad, and a bunch of siblings.
What? I thought we were all just people with daddy issues.
Speak for yourself.
Shut up, my dad's great.
So's mine.
Yeah, Pi has 4 siblings as well.
I know that
Pi
out of
has a
character.
whole family.
I know that out of character. In Calderon, backstory has not been paying attention.
I'm sure you've met them before, Mal. Seriously.
We have. 100% we have. Or did we? I think. Thinking on it, I don't think Mal and Cal were there. I don't.
Might not have been. I don't know.
It's
You
been
were
a very...
there at one point because of
Yeah.
the brothers. The brothers was definitely you and Michael thing.
Yeah, but I was in the call. I wasn't necessarily there.
Anywho, yes. Yeah, Mum could give you a hand with the dressmaking, I'm sure.
Brill.
It would be a while since she's last done it, you know. So, Finn, what do you say? Shall we go and speak to her?
Yes, let's go and give her the idea that it could be a thing, yes. Let's...
Yeah, okay. How, Malcal, gonna leave you here a sec. Probably don't need the numbers, don't want to panic her, so, you know, just sit tight, I'll be back.
Just everybody from the corner table suddenly gets up as one and walks towards you and you... Oh, God.
Yeah, we're not doing that again.
I feel I should maybe hide in case she doesn't like my idea of a wedding so soon.
Nah, you'll be good. I'll break it to her gently. It's fine. Just
Okay.
stay put.
Okay. Just slowly start sliding under the table.
You
Yes,
head
so I
across
shall head
a
over.
crowded tavern. There are lots of the regulars in there who all congratulate
Oh, lovely to meet you again.
Finn and greet you as they've, you know, seen you for the first time for a long time. And you cross over to where Kataya is sat with family, I'm assuming. Maybe some
Yeah,
friends.
probably. Yeah.
And sorry, could you just... You described her, like, we got the baker. Did you give any physical description of her?
Stocky, mid-length brown hair. Quite tanned.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with human.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, clearly is used to working farm and baking and stuff. It's quite a close-knit community, so they all sort of chip in the harvest.
She turns round and sees Finn and gives him a big hug. And then turns and sees you, and as you say, it's a close-knit community. She knows you, she remembers you from younger days. She goes to offer a hug towards you as well.
Yeah, I would absolutely go for that.
It's been so long.
It has. I hear you have some very exciting news, though.
Yeah, we're gonna be sisters.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I'm very excited. And
Yeah, if we can just
I
get
have
this one.
some interesting proposition for you, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've come visiting with a few of my friends, one of whom is a cleric. Finn was saying that you were thinking about trying to get married sooner rather than later, and I wondered whether his services could be of use to you. We're here for a couple of days.
It would stop him from having the excuse, yes. He's been dragging his feet on setting a date, so giving him a deadline's not a bad idea.
He did seem somewhat nervous, glances back over at Finn.
Finn looks nervous, but is warming to the idea of it being a quickly, not necessarily quick done thing, but a thing that is done and they can move on with the rest of everything.
And, it was a bit of a conversation over there. You know what the family's like. And sisters have already said they would help with flowers. Another friend of mine is pretty good with dressmaking, so we could probably figure that out as well. Finn's already got a suit. So what do you say?
I mean, if one of your friends can help with the dressmaking, that would be very useful. I don't have anything really suitable for a wedding dress.
He'd need to borrow you for measurements and things, but he's an amazing crafter. Does some very good things.
I can spare some time tomorrow after the morning baking is done.
So should we say prep tomorrow and then the next day we get this all set?
Is that long enough?
I'm sure we can get everyone to chip in. The town's got to be really excited as well, let's face it. They're all in here all the time to come for drinks and things. I'm sure they'll all give us a hand.
Okay. What do you say, Finn? Finn suddenly, you realise that Finn doesn't like being the centre of attention.
So a wedding's the best thing for him.
He's currently just trying to fold into himself, like, and disappear.
Which is difficult as he's so tall and muscular.
Yes.
And apparently Russian.
Yes.
What is it me, the brother? And then he flexes, his shirt explodes.
He manages to stammer out that it sounds like a good idea. Then we can move past the wedding and into the being married bit of, and that's so much nicer than the big day where it's just so much attention.
Oh, Finn. One day you'll figure out this whole centre of attention thing. It's both of your days. Come on, be excited.
Why? Fine. Yay.
Just like pats him on the shoulder and goes, I'm gonna head back over there. I will organise the troops, as it were, and we will get to work. We'll see you tomorrow for dresses. And Finn, just try not to pass out.
He's breathing heavily into a paper bag.
Okay. And Kataya agrees that tomorrow, after cooking the bread in the morning, she will come to wherever it is, presumably the Windswept Tavern, for dress fitting.
Yeah. So Pi will leave them two together and will briskly walk her way back to the table with a big grin on her face. So, wedding dressmaking tomorrow, wedding the next day. Everyone on board just generally looks at everyone at the table.
Nimia squills and runs off.
I mean, I'm the one who suggested it, so I better be ready.
Well, yes. I'd hope so.
It's just like, just suddenly Cal's like, what?
Sorry, I can't do that day.
I said it as a joke. And I was like, I'll be ready.
Is there anything you need me to do? Says Hal in definitely Hal's voice.
100% house voice. I'm gonna need you to hand out all the invitations once they're written, like to everyone in the town.
I can do that.
And we might need Mal to sort you out with a bit more of a shirt and tie situation. We're not sure.
Why not just the tie?
What's wrong with what I'm wearing?
Yeah, just put a tie on him, he'll be fine.
I mean, we could do. But, you know, weddings tend to be quite formal events. It's a formal celebration of bringing families together, generally. So
Right. Well,
people tend to get dressed up.
we just paint the suit on him.
We'll keep that as a backup option.
Let's just find the boy a suit. He needs to be. It's their special day. They need to have people looking nice.
And yeah, I'll need to rope in all the family and anyone else that I can to get this thing ready. We're gonna have to completely rearrange this place.
I mean, so Joe, you want the wedding to be inside?
I mean, partially outside, but if there's going to be some sort of evening event, we might need some indoor space as well.
We'll need space inside for people to get in and everything, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of both, you know. Never can be sure what the weather's going to do.
Yeah, it's true, but it would be nice to be able to do the ceremony outside because it looks so wonderful out there with all the autumnal leaves. Is autumn a thing? I don't know. It is now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make this happen. It's gonna be chaos, but it's fairly standard for our family. Who doesn't love a bit of chaos?
It will all go swimmingly.
Right. I'm just more amazed you got a mum.
Who? Pipe?
Sana waves over. Hi.
So I do. Her mum, dad, and siblings. Are you alright, Mal?
No.
Have you just been that distracted each time we've been here?
Yeah.
Apparently so. It's been a long journey for him. I hug Malzray's head.
Yeah,
It's been a long journey.
Just stop it!
Oh, you poor baby. Look at him.
Hiss!
I suppose also Hal did sort of drop you in the deep end a bit family-wise the other day, so...
Fucking shit, mate!
He
I mean-
did.
Kind of worked out. We're getting there. You know what? I think a wedding would really do everyone good.
Yeah.
Ignore the sounds of me definitely not drinking alcohol.
In a tavern? You bastard.
How dare! Yeah, Pi is basically just going to roll into a flurried whirlwind of ordering people places. She's gone to get the other brother, so that he can start doing things.
Pyralis becomes a whirlwind of organizational prowess.
I was going to say a brutal taskmaster, but okay.
Well, I mean, you know,
That's only when things are behind schedule.
See, delete as appropriate.
Walk fast.
She starts calling in favors and enlisting the aid of the various townsfolk and family members, friends.
She's got a link to quite a lot of them because of helping out in the past with things when she was younger. So there's various bits of like favors and things she can pull in for having helped like clear out if they've had like a raider try to come in or whatever. She's been known to turf them out and things like that.
Later that night, as the Golden Tooth are settling down in a pair of rooms at the Windswept Flame Tavern, Mal and Cal, there is a knock at the door to the room you are sharing.
What? Why can't I share with Pie?
Because I'm not letting you get anywhere. Who is it?
It's me, says Hal, in Hal's voice.
All right, me. Come in.
No, I mean, it's me, Hal.
All right,
Excuse
me,
me,
Hal,
Hal.
come in.
It's Hal.
I'm in.
Okay.
Fucking get in.
The door opens and Hal comes in, speaking in Hal's voice as he does. I had a
Scary dream.
question, and it seemed
Question.
it seemed like a thing that one of you would answer. And
Right.
you're both here, so this made the most sense to ask it now. And
Right.
what's a wedding?
Oh, for fuck's sake. It's, when two people love each other very much. Ceremony. And it's kind of, you make vows and agree that you'll stay together forever.
And why do
Like a-
people? Why do people do it?
Because they're in love.
When you're in love.
So if you're in love with someone, you should get a
I mean,
wedding.
Yes, but you shouldn't necessarily rush into it. It's like if you love them and you're very sure that you want to stay with each other forever, you can ask them, and if they say yes, you can get married. If they say no, it doesn't necessarily mean no forever, just maybe not right now.
And when do you know?
Yeah. I've never been, just kind of looking at Mal. Is that,
Go on.
you just know. I just back to Hal. You just know.
Yeah. I mean,
kind of a feeling of like how you'd the fact that it's like you can't imagine life without them.
Miles just raises an eyebrow at that, just like he has no idea what he's on about.
It's like with you and Akadi. Could you imagine not having the wind, or not having air, or
Lots of people
something like
would
that?
die if they didn't have the air.
But imagine if you in particular couldn't draw breath, but still kept on living. How horrible that would be for you.
That would be awful.
if it felt the same way without, if you could imagine being without that person and you feel the same way, then maybe they're the person for you.
So I shouldn't try to marry a Cardi.
Not a Cardi, especially not.
I think there's layers to that.
I mean, I think some people have tried in the past to get jiggy with gods, but they don't tend to last.
That seems dangerous.
It does seem dangerous.
Yeah.
What does get jiggy with me?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked.
Oh no.
Getting jiggy is what Calderex does.
I do. Who do I do that with again, Mal? Turns to Mal.
Well, here's the thing. As much as I hate to think about it, the reason my parents got married is because they got jiggy quite a bit. And then my mum got pregnant. And they were like, oh, shit. And through that,
Cal puts his head in his hand because he knows the questions that are going to come next.
But yeah, that's why they got married, because it was kind of an accident turned love. Sometimes it just happens. It doesn't have to be a massive thing. That's what I always thought.
Yeah. Sometimes you just know.
What was the accident?
They got jiggy. Well, they intended to get jiggy. They didn't expect pregnancy.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, getting jiggy can cause pregnancy. You should do it carefully. Shut up, you.
Right, any more questions about marriage?
And why are you... I mean, I know the subject's come up, but why the sudden interest enough to come and ask us in the middle of the night?
Is Pyralis' brother is getting married the day after tomorrow.
Yes.
It's a good time to ask about these things.
Yeah, just wondering, maybe you were thinking about that sort of thing.
I got a DM from the person who's normally in the driving seat to say that he would ask these things.
He would. But yeah, that's... But yeah, like you said, you... Love works in mysterious ways, let's put it that way. And so, sometimes you won't know that you want to marry someone until you find them. And maybe they do something or say something that you're like, yeah, that's the one. I want them to be with me forever.
At this point, unless Michael's messaged you anything else that he will ask, Sian?
No, I feel like Hal's just kind of phased out slightly and just like it's sinking all into his brain and making like he's trying to piece it all together, dear of him.
You can almost hear the cogwheels turning.
Yeah.
They're very squeaky and rusty.
He wanders back to the room that he and Pyralis are sharing.
Bye.
I shut the door and immediately turned to Cal. That was very eloquently put.
Well, I am very good with my words, aren't I?
So you've wanted to get married before?
No.
Oh. I thought you were speaking from experience.
We should get to bed.
Sure. But remember what I said. Beautiful as you put it, I just think it's sort of if it happens kind of thing.
Sorry, I got distracted by a D6 suddenly appearing on the screen.
Sorry, there's a hole in my pocket. It fell out.
Oh, I thought you should fix that. I mean, you're good at sewing and everything. You should...
Listen, we've been on the road. We've been having a few qualms. Just give me a bit of time.
It's okay. It's okay. But I agree. Sometimes it can just happen. But sometimes you just, like I said, you sometimes just can't imagine your life without a person.
Cocks an eyebrow. Really, no.
Yes. Just locks eyes with you.
Kind of like that very cheeky smirk you're used to Malzahar giving you.
What? What are you? What's that? What's that look for?
Go to sleep.
Well, I can't sleep without you here with me.
Oh, he's such a baby.
And they snuggle.
So gay.
The following
Oh, I'm sorry.
morning.
I'm sorry. Does it offend you, Mouse?
The following
I will
morning.
allow it just this once. He says every time they do it.
The following morning, the sun rises. There are several roosters that crow the morning as soon as
Just looks out the window groggily. Damn you.
as soon as the sun rises. There are several cockerels that crow the morning.
If I didn't have to think about a wedding ceremony, I would hunt down every rooster in this village.
The Pyralis continues to be a whirlwind of organizational talents, and her sisters scramble to get the flowers together and arrange bouquets and displays, and her mother starts arranging the locale, both the outside ceremony location and the inside party at the Windswept Tavern, with the assistance from the brothers and various other family members and friends. The father, Credo, and a small group of friends and well-wishers write out the invites. Your father has a surprisingly neat handwriting.
Just ridiculously flamboyant. Flicks and swirls.
And
Man of many talents.
after a few hours, there are a stack of invites that Hal starts to run around the town. As the morning wears on, by the way, if you want to stop this and say any scenes or anything that happens, do interrupt.
I think sexy as fuck dress.
As the morning wears on,
She's like, it's very nice, Mal, but I feel you should have a crutch.
What?
It's very open in the. You made a crotchless dress.
Yeah, so what?
But like it's exposed. It's kind of like pants. You've made pants with no. You should do something about that.
I don't know why I'm listening to you, and your only experience with dresses is taking them off.
I mean, I've worn one as well, but anyway.
What? Fucking excuse me?
What?
What was this?
Long ago. Before our adventures, what do you want from me?
To see it?
Yes, are you imagining it now?
I'm just trying to... We'll talk later. I need to get this finished.
Oh, you're so cute when you're flustered.
Just shut the fuck up! I'm in work mode!
as the morning wears on towards afternoon, Kataya comes from the bakery to be fitted for the dress. And you get sizes and start making wedding dress. How and Vance and Finn all go out to get
Wasted. Sorry.
something akin to suits.
When it comes to Flynn and Vance, they have to get like a ship sail they happen to have in storage.
Yeah, it's very, very large suits. Does Pyralis go to Malzere for dress fitting, or
Pyralis has probably still got some clothes at home that
Okay.
she's not worn in ages, but that would still fit, so she's probably sorted.
would have something suitable?
Yeah. Would definitely be dropping Hal off for a suit fitting. But she is still an absolute whirlwind. She's then like running up and helping the sisters tie up the flowers onto like the ends of chairs, and they've got some like bunting running across with flowers looped in and things that she's helping to hoist up into place, and just trying to get everything really looking amazing. And amongst the flowers will be a whole load of like autumn leaves and things as well, I think.
Okay.
So it's looking cool, and some sort of dried harvest type flowers and things like that. And she has run off to the baker's at some point to get a cake made.
Not a wedding cake. She just really needs a cake right now.
Yeah, cake break.
Kataya's family are happy to assist with baking a cake.
She'll have given them like the colour scheme of the flowers and stuff so that they can figure out something to match.
Okay.
Use cake to break cake.
Yeah.
Don't know the rest of it.
Nope.
And she's just absolutely. she's got into like overdrive of all of the stuff that she needs to do and organising everyone. And everywhere she's going, she's got at least 2 things in her hands that are due to be going somewhere else that she's dropping off en route. Like, it's just a whirlwind of organised chaos.
By the evening, Hal has delivered all of the invites to the town. He has been fitted for a suit. He and the brothers have picked up their suits. He attempts to, for a little while, assist with the whirlwind of organised chaos, but it ends up being less
Just
helpful.
chaos.
More just whirlwind, really. And eventually he realizes that it's probably better if he leaves you alone to do it.
Before you murder him.
She'd probably give him like a set for like how the furniture needs to be set out so that he and the brothers can put them into place.
Okay.
So he's got specific tasks to do.
I got a very special task for you. I need you to lick your elbow. Just Hal sat in a corner trying to lick his elbow.
And Pi is gonna suddenly appear next to Calderat to be like, so how's the prep and writing going? Is there any information you need or anything?
I think I've got it. Like, throughout this entire time, you have seen him writing nothing. By the way.
Okay.
Right, I feel I've got it. I feel it'll be good. That's the point.
Okay.
Something I do need to know. Are they going to be exchanging rings, or are they going? Because I know they're not to sound too up myself, but you're in a small village. Are they exchanging rings? Are they exchanging necklaces? Are they exchanging anything, or are they just not?
Yes, it will be rings. I believe the plan that Mum said was that it was going to be one of the grandparents' sets of rings.
Okay. This is fine.
I'm not actually sure whether Finn knows that yet. I should go tell him.
Oh, you have your time.
Yes, rings. Rings is the plan. I think we're nearly all set. What time do you want to do the ceremony tomorrow?
Well, whenever the bride and groom wish. They want it early in the morning, afternoon, late morning.
We'll go. I think they were saying midday. Gives people time to arrive, get themselves settled. That sort of thing.
Noon.
Yeah, and it's the brightest time of day.
It is. So we shall see.
Yes. And very quickly heads back off to go and find the brother and tell him about the rings.
You find Finn and tell him about the rings, and just as you are leaving to move on to whatever the next task on the unfurling list of things to do is, you leave Finn as he and Vance and Hal and some of the other friends of your brother's take him out for a few drinks the night before.
Lads.
Is a chant that you hear from wherever they happen to go. Hal very excitedly joining in the lads chant.
He's gonna come back absolutely plastered, having smelled one drink.
He's absolutely plastered, he's drunk nothing.
Yeah.
Pi would, as it winds down to the evening, Pi would be helping set up with her mum just a little bit of a small party, a nice meal with Kataya, siblings and stuff. Because her siblings are 16 and 14. Drinking doesn't really work the same way. So it's a much more chill little celebration in one of the back rooms of the tavern. Just as a little party.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The night draws to a close, and eventually in the early hours of the morning, Hal sort of slumps down into the room that you're sharing, Pi.
Have a good night.
Your brothers can party? I don't think
They
I can
absolutely
party.
can. I'm sure you gave them a run for their money.
I could run.
Yes.
I can run. I have no money.
I'll keep giving it all away. Did you have a nice time, though?
Yeah. Not sure where my trousers are.
That's hardly surprising. It's very you.
I'm sure they'll show up.
As long as it's not your suit trousers for tomorrow. Gives him a glare.
No, they are safe.
Good. Then I guess we'd best get rested up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a long day.
And at that, Hal is already snoring.
Just tucks him into bed. And then Pi, given the really busy day she's had, is also just out like a light as soon as her head hits the pillow.
As the sun
Next
rises,
morning.
the following
Same
morning,
bloody cockerels.
the roosters awake, the brothers yell at them.
Alderax joins in this day.
Just flame strike on a roost.
You head down for breakfast and you find Hal's trousers hanging from a light fixture somewhere.
What did you learn that?
Hal,
She'll just like
who's-
throw them over her shoulder to take back upstairs. after
Hal, who's
breakfast.
come downstairs in underpants, hurriedly puts them back on off of Pyralis' shoulder.
Yep, good shout.
Probably in underpants.
We hope.
We'll
Let's
leave
face
that
it,
up
it's
to...
Hal. Let's face it, it's Hal. There's no underpants.
Hal, who's come downstairs in a waistcoat and nothing else, puts his trousers back on.
But to keep it PG, every time turns full frontal towards the camera, something passes in front of him.
Yeah.
You head to have a breakfast with your siblings and parents, and unless there's anything that you want to do before the wedding, it rolls around to midday. Is there
Yeah,
anything?
we're just rolling straight around.
Before midday, I am going to start casting a ritual
Okay.
that it takes about an hour to perform. So I'm going to start it before, so that as the wedding actually properly starts, it will be finished at the end of the wedding.
Okay.
if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
You prep a little bit before midday.
If it's not obvious, I'm going to be casting ceremony.
I assumed, but was waiting for you to confirm it. Otherwise, I ritually cast this other spell. I can now comprehend languages.
I ritually cast... I'm trying to find one that would just silence. I ritually cast silence.
The wedding ceremony begins. You have a fine outdoor location, and the sun is warm without being blisteringly hot as it was a few weeks ago. Even in the middle of the day at this point. Calderax, you are stood up at the front of a large group of family members and friends split into two sides, one for Kataya and one for Finn, but there is a lot of overlap. There are a lot of...
Yeah, realistically, other than the two front rows.
There's
like,
a lot of friends that
just a
could be
mash of
on
everyone.
either side.
They just stand in the aisle. Ooh.
Finn and Vance in their suits with Hal stand at the front. Hal trying to work out what exactly it is he should do with his hands in the suit. Finn trying to be as unobtrusive as possible. Vance seemingly the only one fairly comfortable being where he is at the moment.
Pi will get Hal's attention and just put her hands like in front of her and gesture that he does the same of like, just because she can just see he's fidgeting.
Hal starts to calm down and fidgets less. Where is Malzeray during the wedding ceremony?
Is Malzeray here? Because I know they were dealing.
Oh, did they?
Apologies, I did not realize I was still muted.
That's all
What
right
is
then.
the colour scheme of this wedding?
Autumnal colours.
Autumnal. Okay, so pink's out of the question.
Just Mal is frantically rummaging through his case to find a suitable outfit.
Mal brings out a orangey robe dress togery type thing, but he adorns it with spectacles in true Edna Mode style since he's the fashion designer of this ceremony. Oh,
Beautiful.
darling. I adorn it with earrings as well. Probably little horn rings as well. Just like he knows what his role is and he's going all out on this.
Yeah. I'm the designer, bitch.
Yeah.
Mal, as ever, is extra.
Yeah, everyone else looks like they're part of a village or small town wedding, and then there's Mal just looking
Yes.
like they've come off a runway.
Hell yeah, fabulous. Still adorning Calderex's family crest ring as well.
As the wedding ceremony starts, Nimia and Tazia walk down the central aisle with the flowers, followed by Kataya and her father, who walks her down the aisle.
Who definitely has some sort of name.
Who
He
definitely
definitely does.
exists and has been thought of before this point.
Most certainly, that name of his. Oh,
It's a good name. Solid,
And-
strong name.
And as her father, there is this tear in his eye as the portly older gentleman goes to take a seat in the front row. Next to Kataya's mother, who also has been considered before now.
Yep,
And her
definitely.
other family members.
they all certainly exist.
Maybe some brothers and sisters, or cousins, or aunts and uncles are there, or aren't. Who can say? And both Kataya and Finn take each other's hands and turn to face Cal.
In their final judgment. Cal is in his vestments, which I don't think many of you have even seen. They're like a dark grey with silver edging around them.
Ooh.
And on the back, near the hem of the vestments, there is kind of like a weird, kind of stylized Kalemvor symbol of the skeletal hand holding scales, but it's in such a way that it's not, unless you're really looking at it, it's not 100% obvious that it's there. But
Yeah.
he's pretty Kalemvor. And yeah, he smiles. and looks over the congregation. Thinks to himself, I've not had a congregation in a while. I should do this more often. And just kind of leans to them. Are we ready to begin?
They both look at each other, and Kataya agrees first.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn, yes, we're ready.
With great joy, we come together to join Finn and Kataya in matrimony. This marriage is an event of a lifetime of love. Neither I nor society can join these two lovers today. Only they can do what they have chosen. They are joining themselves, each to the other. As they find union with another, they proclaim that union today and pledge its future. We, by our participation in this celebration, do but recognize and honor their intention to dwell together as husband and wife. Do you have any vows you wish to say to each other before I continue with the ring exchange?
And they probably do.
Yeah, they both just have a small, short thing to say to each other. Don't know what.
I object because they're stupid.
This stupid.
Stupid. No, I'm joking.
After they have done their vows. So each of you has rings for the other. Would you exchange them?
Finn pulls out a ring and slightly fumbles it and places it on Kataya's finger. Kataya pulls a ring out and places it on Finn's.
As they are exchanging. As a ceaseless reminder of this hour and the promise you have made to each other, these rings also speak to the oneness you now experience as husband and wife. Now, you will feel no rain, for each of you will be the shelter for the other. Neither of you shall feel cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. You will feel no loneliness, for each of you will be companion to the other. Now you are two bodies, but there is only one life before you. Now go to your dwelling place to enter days of your life together, and may your days be good and long upon Faerun. Because they have so affirmed in love and knowledge of the other, I also declare that Finn and Kataya are now husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Yay!
And Pendragon Nomad says, "Marriage."
Yeah.
And y'all motherfuckers probably thought I had nothing.
I am impressed.
And
I will
Sean,
cast.
that's
I will
why we
cast,
don't warn Sean.
I'm gonna
And
cast,
I did ask
precipitation.
John whether we did need to tell Sean or not. And he was like, nah, Sean's got it. Okay.
Yeah, Miles gonna cast a precipitation and do like a little illusion of confetti.
Aw.
and upon them kissing,
Ceremony
ceremony.
goes off.
they
Yeah.
now have +2 AC so long as they're within 30 feet of each other.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, quick out of character fact. One time in the finale of a D&D game I was in, I asked another player if we could cast ceremony just so we could be prepared for the final boss. So we staged it out like a Vegas wedding.
Oh, amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and apparently
Marriage.
that's killed the server.
It
My
couldn't handle.
amazing wedding ceremony has caused the server to die.
It's pretty hot.
I know. I can't help it.
Can you officiate our wedding?
Sure.
That was a joke.
Too late. Too late, I've already done it. We're married now.
I can just hear that conversation going on and it's just looking at both of you like, oh, hello.
Suddenly has a china cup with tea.
Yeah.
Really?
Whoa.
The party
Erupts.
erupts.
Party ensues.
A party ensues. It goes late into another night. There is music and dancing. How dances with Pyralis, as well as Tarzia and Nimia, who want to dance with How.
Fox.
And probably some of the foxes.
Ember's
Yep.
about to get late.
Yes.
We just come back from the party like Ember's got like fox babies now.
A cigarette hanging out of the mouth.
Is there anything that the rest of you would like to do during the party?
Just celebrating the normal Malzere way, just dancing, showing off, getting all the attention.
Yeah,
You are
taking all the attention away from the bride. You bastard.
you are definitely by far the, like, with the exception of Kataya, whose dress you made, you are by far the most well-dressed person here.
I beg your pardon. Caldrax having changed out of his vestments and into his normal, very luxurious clothes.
You're a close run thing.
Yeah. I thought so, GM.
Is there anything Pyralis wishes to do with any family members or?
I swear to God, if she comes to Mal and Cal and asks what marriage is.
Well, no, she has figured that bit out, thankfully. You know, not like she hasn't ever thought about it, because, you know, clearly she knew what to do with all of the wedding stuff, but, you know. She would be having a really good dance. She helping with some of the hosting stuff. But she would definitely, every once in a while, would swing past on the dance floor, grab Hal for a dance for one of the songs. Would probably swing around and make sure, like, she was pointing out who had made the dress and, like, making sure that everyone had their own bit of, like, they helped with this, they helped with that, like, making sure that it's clear to everyone that it was a community effort. Yeah. Because none of it would have been possible without everyone.
Any time you point out who made the dress, everybody looks at Mal and is like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't know that.
Towards, I suppose towards the midpoint of the night, I would, Pi's dad would make some sort of toast. But
nice whole wheat.
yeah, good, you know, good toast. Pi would stand up to say a few words as well, and just to Finn, to Kataya, to family, friends, community, and those who support us and make us better. I hope the best for your futures together and for the community we have here. Cheers.
Glorious applause, cheers, and drinking. At some point, as the evening turns into night, the sun sets and it starts to get dark, and the party starts to move into the tavern itself. Malzare,
Oi, oi.
Hal manages to corner you.
Ah! Okay.
I will,
Caldrax loads the shotgun.
I have another question.
Right.
What do the rings mean?
What, as in the ceremony rings?
Yeah, they're important to the marriage, right?
It's kind of like, from what I've gathered, a symbol? So it's like, you can look at that ring and think, oh yeah, we got married, that kind of thing. It's like a physical symbol of what the promise you've just made.
It's a physical symbol of the promise you made to the loved one that you're going to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah, exactly that.
So when you love someone, you exchange rings and then you're married.
Pretty much. I mean, you have to get it officiated by a cleric. Hence, Caldrax.
Caldrax can marry people when he exchanges rings and he loves someone.
It's right. So it's cleric. You get a cleric.
Just suddenly
Yeah.
Mal goes,
You get a cleric. You get. I mean, you don't have to have rings, or if you do, you can just have them quite cheap. It's like. I mean, I thought back then, when I was younger, bright ring, man's dream, woman's dream, but really just get whatever you can. Why are you asking me anyway? Do I look married to you?
Maybe.
What?
what?
You look like you know things. You have such fancy robes.
I'm just fabulous like that, mate.
You say things like that. And he rushes
know.
off.
Wait, hey! Ugh. What a weird guy. Nice kind of weird.
Pyralis!
Caldrax eats a cocktail sausage on a stick.
Pyralis!
Yeah.
I think Cal and Mal may be married.
What gives you that idea?
When you love someone very much and you exchange rings and one of you is Caldrax, it means you're married.
I've already seen the sick logic that's going on.
Right. They're not married. Pauses. No, they're not married.
But they love each other.
They do love each other very much.
And they've changed rings. And one of them is Calderam.
Yeah, see... Who explained this to you?
Malzarax and Calderam.
Oh, okay. See... Calderax is a cleric, so he's the one who kind of does the stuff, but he doesn't have to be... He isn't one of the two people that are getting married. Those two people have to love each other very much, the two that are getting married, like Finn and Kataya. And Calderax is there to make it official that they're married. Does that make sense?
For the moment,
that-
we'll say yes, but if somebody in this seat later wants to take over from there, we'll go with maybe.
I don't think a cleric can cast ceremony and do that for themselves. I think they have to have another person. At least that's how I understand it. So even if Mal and Cal were to get married, Calderax wouldn't be able to do the ceremony. He'd need someone else. There's 3 people present, 2 people get married. The third person just makes it official, like they sign some paperwork and stuff.
So somebody needs some paperwork and then they would be married.
And I don't... The rings weren't, like, wedding rings. But it's a similar symbol of love, at least, and wanting connection to another person. So who knows? Maybe it's on the cards?
I need to find these cards.
They're not...
They're not real cards, are they?
No.
Oh,
It's a figure of speech.
I was getting good at spotting those.
I must find these figures. No.
But you are right in the sense that they do love each other very much. They're incredibly close.
So we just need to find them someone who can cast ceremony. And then maybe they will be married.
Marriage.
They need to make that decision in their own time. It's called getting engaged to be married. And that's what Finn and Kataya were before. They'd already made that decision between them that it was going to happen. We just helped the wedding be sooner than they would have been able to do it themselves.
And now they are married.
But you can't just decide for other people. They have to do the engagement bit
I
first.
think they want to.
They might not. Who knows? But that's for them to figure out, you know?
Shall we have a dance?
Yes. Yes, we
These-
shall.
These suit trousers are a lot harder to lose.
Mal's put like a belt in it, so he can't wriggle out of them.
I want to imagine he's more like stitched into them.
It's just sewn to the shirt. Just basically a suit onesie.
Yeah, it's more of a onesie. It just looks like a suit.
Yep, they
Marriage.
shall dance and have a good evening. And it shall all be merry.
Yes.
I think that that's a good point to wrap up the session.
Yay!
Uh,
Lovely.
with a marriage.
Yeah.
And next time we will have several days of travel from Tribor to Neverwinter, where we will visit Calderax's parents, and then possibly on the way home go back to the hot tubs for a hot tub experience that doesn't involve Pyralis losing a face.
That would be nice.
Warning: face removal not guaranteed.
So, thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. I hope that amongst other things there was satisfactory how experience for at least the one person out there
It
who
was like he was in the room.
good. And we'll have to let Hal know about all of the little topics and things that he brought up, just in case he wants to revisit any of them for himself when he is in the driver's seat again. Thank you for being in the chat. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live, a completely free way that you can support us on the channel. It really does mean a lot to us for you to do that. It helps us do the things that we do. We also have a YouTube channel that you can go to catch all of the replays of all the old videos, where you can subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we put videos up on there. We also have a Discord you can join to chat with us about the games we're playing and the things we're doing and everything else. Links to both the Discord and the YouTube can be found at our website, www.finalbossfight.co.uk, as well as all of the videos. All of the audio podcasts are available through our website, as well as written content and photos and profiles of the characters. And now we will go to the credits screen. There it is. Coming up tomorrow night, there's more D&D. Tomorrow night, it is the Tyranny of the Dragons, as Jasper, Sidian, Daphne, Arturius, and everyone else whose names I can definitely remember, Casper and Mary, head to finally rescue Aegis, who is being worked on by Frulam Mondath of the Dragon Cult. On Sunday, Rime of the Frost Maiden continues as the group as the group deals with the Dwergar fortress and the Chardalan dragon that they have been working on. On Monday night, Angel loves Yakuza 0. Ben is going to be playing possibly playing some Stardew Valley over on Ben the Quest Giver. And I think Monday night's Marvel Midnight Sun stream is going to probably take place on Tuesday next week, because I'm real busy on Monday. On Wednesday next week, Angel loves Yakuza 0. Ben on Ben the Quest Giver is going to play some Stardew Valley. And on FBF, we will be continuing the FBF Craft V3 modded Minecraft series. Thursday next week, Angel loves Yakuza 0. Angel really does really loves Yakuza 0. She's playing it until she's done. She's playing it until she's finished, because she's worked out that if she focuses on one game, she finishes them eventually and can move on to others.
Move on with her life.
And so that is it for tonight's stream. We thank you so much for being here, and we're going to do a raid now to... let's raid into Unravel, who is doing Disney Dreamlight Valley. Go give Ara some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, so long. Bye, guys.